Hello, this is Jyoti Sapru, psychological counselor, and today I wanted to give a small introduction to all of you about emotional intelligence. We have all studied IQ and we all know what is the intelligence quotient, but very few understand. And even if they do know about emotional intelligence, they do not actually apply it. So, uh, I feel it is the highest form of intelligence for any human being. So, what is emotional intelligence? Why is it so important? Is it necessary? Can it be built, acquired, or do you already have it? And if you do, what can you do with it? And if you don't, is that a bad thing? So, I feel that these are some of the questions I need to address as a psychological counselor. So, let's begin with understanding what is emotional intelligence. So, emotional intelligence, which is often shortened to be known as EQ or EI, refers to the ability to use, handle, perceive, manage, and understand different emotions. The idea applies to both yourself as well as others. It's used as a term surging in popularity in the mid 90s, but more recently, it has been touted as a highly positive and valid form of intelligence. So, someone with a high EQ would presumably handle awkward situations, social environments, and interactions with others with grace, with dignity. Someone with low EQ may struggle to understand why someone is sad, angry, or happy or unhappy, even if the reason seems to be perfectly obvious to others. This is a very, very common experience of neurodivergent individuals who struggle with social cues or normal emotional affairs. It is like worrying and praying for something that you don't really want. So, having a low IQ isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, most people do want to increase their emotional intelligence, and that is why we are here to help you improve your job performance, to improve your leadership skills, to take your positive thinking to a much higher level for your own better mental health, improved relationships with all, and also positive influence over others. There has been a fair bit of controversy about emotional intelligence over the years, with questions about whether or not emotional intelligence is valid when compared to or used in tandem with the big five personality traits or the standard IQ. Luckily, the research has found that emotional intelligence maintains its validity with those factors accounted for. So, what are the basic components of emotional intelligence? It is a pretty abstract concept, and there is more theory behind it than you may think. Experts have been able to properly identify the emotional intelligence features across different people, leading to what we know about the composition of EQ. So, you see, this is very important for us to understand why we need to improve our EQ and how it's going to help us improve our relations with others. And there are very, very basic steps that we can follow to help ourselves.